Every time you pick up your phone, it's not really you making the choice. An invisible system is pulling the strings, stealing your focus, your time, even your sleep. Have you noticed how just one more scroll turns into an hour you never get back? The truth is, you're not scrolling the screen is scrolling you. Think about this: you wake up in the morning, and before your feet even touch the ground, your hand reaches for the phone. Hours later, you wonder where the time went. You sit with family, but your mind is trapped inside a glowing screen. At night, you tell yourself just 5 more minutes, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. Deep down, you know it's draining your focus, your energy, your peace. But still, you can't stop. It's the silent prison of digital addiction, and you're not alone. Dopamine hijack. Inside your brain, there's a chemical called dopamine. The same chemical that makes gamblers pull the slot machine again and again. Same chemical that addicts chase through drugs. And today, it's the same chemical being hijacked every time you scroll. Think about it: you open your phone and suddenly, ding, a notification pops up. Tiny rush of excitement you feel. That's dopamine. You swipe, you see a funny video, a shocking headline, or a like on your post, another hit of dopamine. It's small, it's quick, powerful enough to trick your brain into saying, do it again. Just one more time. This is why you don't even realize how minutes turn into hours. Because your brain is being fed like a lab rat pressing a button for food pellets. You've been turned into the lab rat, and the apps are the scientists carefully designing the experiment to keep you pressing that button. And every time you think, I can stop whenever I want, you go back, because the brain isn't craving entertainment, it's craving dopamine. That's why even when you're not enjoying the content, you still scroll. That's why even when your eyes hurt, you still scroll. And that's why when you finally put the phone down, you feel drained, empty, still itching for more. Endless feed trap. Have you ever noticed there is no full stop on your feed? You can scroll and scroll and scroll, and it never ends. That's not by accident. It's called infinite scroll, and it was designed to trap your brain. Think about it. When you read a book, when you watch a movie, there's always an ending. Your brain feels closure. But when there is no ending, your brain never gets the signal to stop. Keeps chasing, hoping the next swipe will finally give you something better, something more exciting, something worth the time. It's like standing in front of a slot machine in a casino. You pull the lever, sometimes you get a reward, sometimes you don't. But because you never know what's coming next, you keep pulling. That unpredictability is addictive. It's the same trick these apps use. Every time you scroll down, your brain whispers, maybe the next post will be better, maybe the next reel will be funnier, maybe the next video will finally satisfy me. But it never does. It keeps you chasing like a thirsty traveler in a desert, always seeing water just a little further ahead, but never reaching it. And here's the scary part: you don't notice it happening. Sit down for just 5 minutes, and suddenly an hour has disappeared. Your assignments are waiting, your family is waiting, your goals are waiting. But you're still there, trapped inside an endless feed that has no exit door. Because it was never meant to let you out. It was meant to keep you scrolling. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Have you ever felt that restless pull in your chest when you haven't checked your phone for a while? That uneasy thought, what if I'm missing something? That's FOMO, fear of missing out. And it's one of the strongest chains of digital addiction. You see, your brain is wired to crave belonging. Stay connected with your tribe. Thousands of years ago, missing out meant danger. It meant being left behind, losing protection, losing survival. Today, that same survival instinct has been hacked by notifications, by feeds, by likes and stories. Now, when you see people posting highlights of their lives, your brain panics. If I don't check, I'll be left out. If I don't watch, I'll fall behind. And so, even when you're busy, even when you're with your family, even when you know it can wait, you can't resist that pull. Think about it. How many times have you stopped what you were doing? An assignment, a conversation, even your prayer, just to quickly check a message or see a story that disappears in 24 hours. The truth is, most of the time it's nothing important, but your brain doesn't care. It whispers, what if it is? What if everyone else knows something and you don't? And so you check, and then you check again and again, until checking becomes a reflex, a habit you don't even notice anymore. This is why even when you put your phone away, your mind isn't free. It keeps tugging at you like a leash, pulling you back. You're sitting with people, but your thoughts are with your phone. You're trying to rest, but your hand keeps reaching out. And in that moment, you realize it's not you who owns the phone, it's the phone that owns you. So notification addiction. There's a reason that little red dot on your screen feels impossible to ignore. A reason the sound of a notification can make your heart jump, even if you're in the middle of something important. Notifications are not just reminders. They are triggers. They are the modern day bells that condition your brain, just like Pavlov's dogs were trained to salivate at the sound of a bell. Think about it, you're deep in work, maybe studying for an exam or spending time with your family. Suddenly, ding, your phone lights up. You tell yourself, I'll just check quickly. But you don't stop there. One notification leads to another. One glance turns into 10 minutes. 10 minutes turn into an hour. Single ding was enough to break your focus, steal your presence, and drag you back into the endless cycle. What makes it worse is that most of these notifications aren't even urgent. They're not life or death. Your brain doesn't know that. Every vibration, every sound creates anticipation. What if it's important? What if it's something I can't ignore? And so, your mind becomes restless. You could turn them off. You don't, because deep down, your brain is addicted to that tiny rush of stimulation, that small hit of dopamine. You might not realize it, but you've been trained. Trained to react instantly. Trained to give your attention on demand. Trained to be distracted, until eventually it feels like your mind isn't your own anymore. It belongs to every single ping, every buzz, every flashing banner on your screen. And slowly, little sounds stop being reminders and start becoming chains. Sleep destruction. Nighttime is supposed to be the moment of peace, a time when your body recovers, your mind resets, your soul finds rest. But for so many of us, the night has become the most dangerous battlefield. You lie in bed, you tell yourself, just 5 minutes, just one more scroll. And before you know it, the clock strikes 2 a.m., your eyes are burning, but your thumb is still moving. That screen in your hand is more powerful than you realize. The blue light it gives off tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Your body delays the release of melatonin, the very chemical that puts you to sleep. So even when you finally force yourself to put the phone down, you toss and turn, your mind still restless, replaying videos, thinking about notifications, waiting for the next hit of dopamine. And in the morning, you wake up heavy, tired, drained. Yet the first thing you reach for is the same phone that stole your rest. This isn't just about losing a few hours of sleep. It's deeper than that. Lack of sleep chips away at your focus, your memory, your mood. It makes you more anxious, more irritable, more unmotivated. And the cruel part is, you know it's happening. You felt it the mornings when your body begs for more rest. But life doesn't wait. Work doesn't wait. Responsibilities don't wait. So you drag yourself through the day, half alive, running on empty, and yet, when night comes again, the cycle repeats. Your bed, the place meant for rest and renewal, silently turned into a prison cell, lit not by peace, but by the glow of a screen. And with every night of stolen sleep, digital addiction doesn't just rob you of rest, it robs you of life. A productivity killer. Time, it's the one currency we can never earn back. And yet, digital addiction is quietly stealing it from us, minute by minute, hour by hour. You sit down to work on an assignment, to plan a project, to build your dream. And then a thought slips in, let me just check my phone for a second. That second becomes 10 minutes. 10 minutes become an hour. And when you finally look up, you wonder, where did all that time go? The truth is, it didn't just disappear. it was taken. Every scroll, every click, every notification hijacked your focus and traded your productivity for distraction. What could have been 1 hour of deep, powerful work becomes 2 hours of half, distracted effort, scattered thoughts, and unfinished tasks. And here's the part that hurts the most. You know what you should be doing. You know you have dreams, goals, deadlines. You know there's a book waiting to be written, a skill waiting to be learned, a body waiting to be trained. But your phone whispers, not now. Just relax. Just one more video. And by the time you snap out of it, the energy is gone, the willpower is gone, and all that's left is guilt. Think about how many times you've said to yourself, tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll focus. Tomorrow I'll get serious. But tomorrow never comes because the cycle repeats. This is how digital addiction kills productivity. It doesn't destroy it in one big blow. No, it steals it silently in tiny fragments until you realize weeks have passed, months have slipped away, and the things that truly mattered are still waiting for you. Comparison and low self-worth. You open your phone and within seconds, you're inside a world where everyone looks perfect, everyone seems happy, everyone is living a life better than yours. Smiles on vacations, luxury cars, dream bodies, success stories, all flashing across your screen. And in that moment, a quiet voice whispers inside you, why isn't my life like this? Why am I not enough? What most people forget is that what you see online is not the full story. It's a highlight reel. People show their best 10 seconds, not their struggles, not their failures, not their sleepless nights. But your brain doesn't know the difference. It sees perfection on the screen and compares it to your reality. You start measuring your life against someone else's edited version of theirs. And slowly, the more you scroll, the more inadequate you begin to feel. Maybe you felt it. You post something and wait for likes, and when they don't come, you feel invisible. Maybe you've seen someone celebrating success, and instead of feeling inspired, you feel small, left behind. Social media was supposed to connect us, but in reality, it has become a mirror that distorts our worth. Day by day, this silent poison seeps in. You begin to believe that you're not doing enough, not achieving enough, not living enough. And the saddest part is, you don't realize that the very thing making you feel this way is the same screen you can't put down. You keep going back to it, even though it's the source of your pain. And that cycle of comparison doesn't just steal your happiness. It rewires how you see yourself, how you value yourself, how you love yourself. Brain rewiring. Ouch. Have you noticed how difficult it has become to sit still with your own thoughts? To read even a few pages of a book without reaching for your phone? To watch a movie without checking notifications in between? This is not just a habit. It's a rewiring of your brain. Every scroll, every quick video, every burst of content is training your mind to crave instant stimulation. Your brain is being conditioned to expect rewards in seconds, not minutes, not hours. So when you sit down to study, when you try to focus on work, when you attempt deep thinking, your mind resists. It gets restless. Craves a quick hit of dopamine because that's what it has been trained for. Think about it. Once upon a time, you could spend hours lost in a story, focused on one task, fully immersed. Now, 5 minutes of silence feels uncomfortable. Reading feels slow. Conversations feel boring. You reach for your phone without even realizing it because your brain is screaming for stimulation. Here's the terrifying part. This isn't just distraction. This is neuroplasticity. Your brain is literally rewiring itself, shrinking your attention span, making it harder and harder to concentrate. What used to feel natural, deep work, patience, reflection, now feels impossible. And the more you give into this cycle, the more powerless you feel over your own mind. It's like someone has taken a remote control and is pressing fast forward on your brain. You don't pause, you don't absorb, you don't reflect. You just keep skipping until the idea of slowing down feels unbearable. And slowly, without even noticing, you lose the very ability that makes humans different from machines, the power to think deeply. Relationships suffer. Look around any dinner table today and you'll see something heartbreaking. families sitting together but not really together, parents scrolling, children watching videos, friends half listening while their eyes stay glued to glowing screens. We are present in body but absent in soul. And slowly, our relationships are paying the price. How many times has a conversation been cut short because a notification stole your attention? How many times has a child tried to show something to their parent, but the parent was too busy scrolling to notice? How many times have you sat with friends, but instead of laughter and connection, there was silence, everyone trapped in their own little digital bubble? The cruel irony is that these devices were meant to connect us. And yes, do connect us across distance. But they disconnect us from the people sitting right in front of us. We chase hearts and likes on a screen, while the real hearts around us quietly feel ignored. And one day, we look up and realize the moments are gone. The conversations we didn't have, the smiles we didn't share, the love we didn't express. Those chances will never come back. Relationships are built on presence, on listening, on eye contact, on undivided attention. But when your mind is constantly pulled away by a screen, you may be physically near someone, but emotionally you're miles apart. And slowly, the people who matter most begin to feel invisible. Stop talking, they stop sharing because deep down, they feel they're competing with a device that always wins. The illusion of control. We all tell ourselves the same lie: I can stop anytime I want. You scroll for hours, and then you whisper, "This is the last one." You put the phone down, but minutes later, your hand reaches for it again, almost without your permission. And in that moment, you realize something terrifying. Not you controlling the device, it's the device controlling you. This is the illusion of control. The apps are designed to make you feel free, like you're choosing what to watch, what to click, when to stop. But the truth is, every color, every notification sound, every swipe, every algorithm is built with one purpose: to keep you hooked. And the more you believe you're in control, the deeper you sink. Think about how many times you've said, 5 more minutes, and lost an hour. How many times you've sworn, tomorrow I'll stop, but tomorrow came and nothing changed. That's not freedom. That's a chain disguised as choice. And the cruelest part is, you don't even see the cage you're in because it looks like entertainment, like connection, like fun. But in reality, it's control. You're not scrolling out of joy anymore. You're scrolling out of compulsion. You're not choosing the content. The content is choosing you. Every tap, every pause, every second you spend is tracked, measured, and used to pull you deeper. And while you tell yourself, "I'm still in charge," the truth is, the algorithm already knows what you click before you do. It already knows how long you'll stay, how many times you'll come back. And slowly, your freedom, your time, no matter what, your willpower, it all slips through your fingers while you keep saying the words, "I can stop anytime." Remember, every extra scroll is not just stealing seconds, it's stealing your focus, your peace, your sleep, your relationships, even your life. Digital addiction is not entertainment. It's a silent prison. Tonight, before you sleep, try one small step. Put your phone in another room. Just one night. Give your mind and body the gift of real rest. The cycle, even for a few hours. Because the truth is, you are stronger than any algorithm, braver than any distraction, and more valuable than any number of likes. Take back your time, take back your focus, take back your life. The world doesn't need another distracted soul. It needs the best version of you. If this message spoke to your heart, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more powerful reminders to break free, to grow and to rise higher, make sure you subscribe and stay connected. Your journey doesn't end here. It begins